Jenny Rivera is alive, and is no liar deceiving, with the hackneyed phrase "to only consolation" argued, saying because she lives in our hearts and memories, as was and is with all the characters in the art story also occurred, which were admired in great esteem and affectionate salience and public life in kind exemplarier, because in order to end with all that suffering and pain that afflicts all her fans, family, most intimate relative and further on people because of deception and ignorance, by not certainly to know that is still with us as many were able to perceive, she really is in the flesh alive in this world, which life really is God's glorious work, because like all other beings of the universe, we own the wonderful privilege of reincarnation inherited from God, almost eternal, like a result, even more satisfying and interesting way, even objectively funny, with the occupancy of different material bodies, in whose is reincarnated the spirit of each and every one. Of the almost instantaneous and simultaneous way to the fatal outcome, as well by divine law's force, was Jenny Rivera, whose spirit is already back reincarnated by being inserted into a newborn body, anywhere in the world, and now with new default destination to deserve to just consideration of divine law, perhaps even likely near to relatives, unless it without knowing there might be prevented with at the just moment before his death, to have concentrate her mind with fear, which is the same spirit and real being itself, in its material interests, our close relatives, etc., which waived passionate attachment, ignoring reincarnation, whose fact it is usually obstacles cause for, so the law allows it naturally and ease, and God executes in righteous and fine comeback in the new material's flesh. For however so be manifest only of negative essential spiritual form, like a ghost in environmental living in close family relationship or materials interest left as mess, care one way or another, but nothing can be warned its manifestation and relative presence, if not only on predominantly negative environmental conditions, nor her spirit be possible by people willingly and relatively perceive, because her refusal ghostly appearance always causes to anyone unbearable chilling fear. But if it was not like this and usually normal made the process, then she is properly reincarnated in a newborn infant and female baby body, with new emerging mindset, and erasing before vivid memory, and only anxious to be fed by her new mother, by divine laws Ocho-san, which is actually very common resource even to make and give to relatives themselves descendants, and possible almost immediately when it is well prepared and planned by same law. Her simply reincarnate in birds, as a waiting period of nothing interrupted living, while preparing new material body begotten by same family, are others that meet the quality and conditions of default comprehensive destination in fairest possible manner, satisfactory or unfortunate, which deserve to be by conscious or unconscious karmic liability incurred. And therefore this information and reported knowledge perfectly justifies the rewarding surprise statement that the revived spirit, that consciously organic, practical, bone and carnal body occupied by Jenny Rivera, is certain and perfectly alive again, so relatives and other people better assimilate, and no longer suffer the pain for its refusal. Ignorance about this, to also add, that her fatal outcome, despite having been under such disastrous destructive consequences known, and passenger corporal pain and mental experience, has been favorable in her benefit, because humanity we are about to suffer the also deadly mass inevitable outcome, because of the well near imminent world's end, under prevailing conditions more negative, dire of all kinds, and fully in adult of aware, which will not be well, at least better than conscious state child supported, and with this knowledge and information, better too without much grief and fear to face, knowing that the same thing we've all seen and experienced many times before, with other different flesh and bone bodies for thousands of years before, in which death all of us already should be so much accustomed, as natural common need for its remedy towards general survival resurrection.